Welcome to Same Cast Different Day podcast. I am Martel Roland.
And I am Tina Marie.
I forgot to hit go live on Instagram, so it's just now going live over there. Sorry to the Instagram people. So it's been Tina's fault that we've been gone for 2 weeks. Okay, no, let me stop
No,
lying.
it's not.
So the first week we had went to Green Bay. We went to the watch the Packers, do some practicing, and then we got to see a good fireworks show. I really enjoyed the
It was
fireworks.
called Family Night.
That, and as you can see, there was about it looked like a sold out Packers game just for family night. Like it was crazy the amount of people that was there. I was not expecting all those people to be there for family night, and then the second week I was sick. I was sick, and then I was sick, and then the flood happened. So yeah, we will get into the flood later on in the show. But yeah, to kick things off, let's go ahead and go into. Oh, I thought we were waiting to do the flood. Oh, okay.
But
Okay, yeah.
okay, so my experience up in Green Bay, right? That was my second time going. My first time was last year for training camp, I believe.
Yep, we went for the opening day of training camp.
Yeah, so that was a totally different experience. We got to tour museums, etc., right? Um, so this one was you got to actually sit in the stadium on the bleachers, and I believe Martel said that it was the only football stadium that has bleacher seats still.
Yep.
And I felt like we were pretty close to the field. I know that I feel like I'm not gonna get that close to the field with that many people in the stadium.
Especially for the regular game, because them tickets be high.
High, okay. So it was a good experience for me. One thing different was seeing all of those people there at one time. And this year, like all of the shops and the food places were open, so I got to experience some food.
The chicken,
we were there to take some time.
The chicken strips should have been cooked a little bit more, and probably because I ate the brat. Now I know, like, if I go back, don't eat the brat plain. It's gonna need some type of condiments to to make it a little bit better.
You could have gave me some fried onions or something.
But the cheese curds was off the chain, though. I can't give them that. I love the cheese curds.
They were good. Yeah. But great experience, though. So if you've never had a chance to go up to Green Bay for training camp or family night, and I mean, the tickets was only what, like $12, $13?
Something like that, yeah.
That's it.
And let's just say it was more people at family night, at Packers family night, than some of these teams have at the actual stadium game during game day. I'm just saying.
So that was the first weekend that we were away. And the second weekend or last weekend, like he said, the Milwaukee area, we experienced a flood. Okay. So the rainfall event that happened last weekend, man, it was going down, has been classified as a 1,000-year event, meaning that there's a 1 in 1,000 chance of that amount of rain falling in 24 hours in any given year. Okay. The average rainfall in Milwaukee on August 9th to the 10th was 9.18 inches, with some areas seeing up to 14 inches. That's in a 24-hour period, y'all.
Yeah, for Milwaukee, that's about a month and a half. What would we normally get within a month and a half? We got in overnight.
So many residents did experience heavy flooding in their basements, and many did not have insurance and an insurance policy that would cover flood damage, like just a flood clause or back up a sewer and drain, right? Mm-hmm. So along with the heavy rain came power outages also. Mm-hmm. So it was a lot going on. So Governor Evers declared a state of emergency due to the flood, and this will allow the state of Wisconsin to apply for FEMA aid. I will say during this time, I feel like a lot of the community did pull together. I know
You
you.
have some being some niggas.
So it was a lot of positive things that happened, and
It
of course,
was. But
people were just trying to be taking care of people.
I saw
Yeah.
the ones that was being niggas. People extraordinary amounts of money to pump the water out their basements instead of just doing it out the goodness of their heart or at a cheaper
Yeah.
price.
$500 is wild. But anyway, so U-Haul offer free storage at select facilities for 30 days. The Department of Public Works waived the dump fee for 1 week following the flood, and there was a free pickup of bulky items for 1 week. There's also some banking institutions that are offering loans to those in need with reduced APRs and deferred payments. So I thought that was pretty cool to see. So far, this is what has happened, right? Milwaukee we have been experiencing a very hot and a very wet summer this year.
South can take y'all down, weather back. I don't understand. I have never experienced a summer in Wisconsin where it stayed constantly in the 80s and 90s degrees for days at a time. Like we might get maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 out of the whole summer, where it's like high 80s and high 90s or low 90s and stuff like that, where it's just unbearable to be outside. Like so we get about 5 of those a year. It's been about 1,200 this year. I'm tired. I'm sick of it. It feels like it's been 1,200 days.
So we have become 17% wetter since 1950, with the southern 2/3 of Wisconsin experiencing the heaviest increase in rainfall. Why, you might ask? So climate change can create more intense rainstorms due to the warmer air. There was an analysis by the Center for Public Integrity, which showed that extreme weather events will cost Wisconsin up to $16 billion over the next 15 years. That's because we ain't ready for stuff like that, right? So the American Society of Civil Engineers warned that current flood system controls will fail. And then they did an annual report where it's like basically a report card, and they go around to the nation's dams, levees, and stormwater systems every year, and none of them got above a D in the nation. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised by that. We got failing roads, but we got the failing dam system too. Like,
Yeah. So there were also some reports that the Milwaukee overflow system was activated 2 hours too late. So they said that if they had activated it 2 hours ahead of time, it probably would have decreased a lot of the flooding. The only thing when that happens, that's when they have to dump sewer water also with the rainwater to compensate for the rainwater.
Right.
So I feel like this past year has been really rough in Milwaukee. It's been a lot going on. I feel like there's been a lot going on everywhere. But
you got a video of the weatherman doing a report of the rain too. Of the here.
It's been going down in Milwaukee. It's been a very trying year. So everybody, y'all, we just got to keep our heads up.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the video for y'all real quick.
What video?
They're calling it the 1 in 1,000-year flood. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, experiencing flash flooding and nearly 10 inches of rain in certain parts of the city. The Wisconsin State Fair also wrapping the day early, and officials saying they're canceling the last day Sunday. People are still learning about the scope of the damage in their neighborhoods, flooded cars, basements, homes, as they're waking up on Sunday. Just to put in perspective how much water fell from this storm in downtown Milwaukee, meteorologists are saying that they received a month and a half of rain in one night, and there's more rain on the way.
So
And then it did rain again, and my power went out.
Oh,
That
I've been fine in my neighborhood. I didn't have no basement flooding. My neighborhood didn't flood. There was no power outage. No nothing in my neighborhood.
must be lovely.
But my roof by the chimney is leaking. It leaked during the rainfall. That's the only thing that I did experience.
And
Um,
it rained yesterday. It rained. We didn't get as much rain as they said we were going to get because it stalled to the west of us. But we've been
mhm,
getting a lot of rain, a lot,
yeah.
a lot of heat.
So this takes me back to I want to say about 2011, 2012 was the last time our city experienced something like this. Um, because I remember during that summer, like 2011, 2012, I remember my brother living on the east side. We was living in Tina's old neighborhood off of 48th and Hampton. I was staying in those apartment buildings on 48th and Hampton. Um, and I remember it rained so bad, like my brother house, one of his houses that he stayed in on, I believe on Palmer and Richards, somewhere in that area. It when it like the rain and it flooded, like the water went up the hill of his front yard up to the stairs, and like the whole entire road was like flooded up to like literally the front stairs of the house. And then um where we stayed at on Hampton, so we had a parking lot that was in the back of the parking building, and the whole entire apartment, the parking lot was flooded. And then the car I had at the time got flooded at the time also. It was the front of it was submerged underwater. So and then this happened, I want to say that summer, about at least 3 to 4 times that summer, where it constantly, every time it rained, the city just flooded like so badly like that. And for this to happen, what, almost 10 plus years later, 15 years later, it's pretty crazy to see how this. And then you would thought they would have learned from that summer about what to do when heavy rains happen, but as we can see, our city didn't. They didn't learn the lesson.
Absolutely not.
I wish they would, but they didn't. Oh, did I forgot? Did I add it in here? Okay, yeah, I did. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. My brain is all over the place. I'm sorry.
Your brain is doing that thing again.
Yeah, and then I forgot to add in pictures, actually, because I couldn't find my links where I had the picture saved. But yeah,
Okay, well, some more Milwaukee news because we just stay in the blogs now for some reason. Maxwell Anderson. So this happened a couple of weeks ago. On August 1st, Maxwell Anderson was sentenced to life in prison without parole for the murder and dismemberment and arson of Sade Robinson. The arson was for her car. So at his hearing, he offered condolences to the family of Sade Robinson while still trying to maintain his innocence. How you feel
mm,
about that?
I don't some bullshit because you not innocent. It's too much stuff that points at you and said that you did it, and then the fact that you were caught on, was it the city bus leaving locations near where body parts and her car and stuff was found, like
Too
you
much video evidence, too many witnesses, too
uh,
many
like
too much
you did it.
evidence.
I'm full of shit.
So from what I hear that he is going to be filing an appeal.
They
Or
be stay behind bars for the rest of his life, because to me it felt like it was planned but not planned at the same time. It was like something he planned out but not. It's like he killed her and then planned out all the details afterwards, or some, if to a certain degree. So yeah, I'm like, it was planned murder to me. I mean, he might not planned on killing her when he met her at the restaurant or whatever, but I feel like something happened during the date or maybe after the date when everything was wrapping up, and then he just decided, like, yeah, I'm gonna kill her. Like, maybe in my head, I'm thinking like he wanted to. What's the proper term to say? He wanted to do her, and she might not have been putting out, and because she didn't put out, he killed her, and that's what I think what happened.
but remember I had said when I was reporting on the whole case, I was like wondering, like, did they know each other before then? Like, was this a first date? And come to find out, that was the first time they had met each other.
I mean, I feel like it was the first time they romantically was going on, like meeting up to in a romantic way. Because I believe, didn't they work together at a previous place or something like that? I can't remember how they met.
Together. at a previous place on camera.
So I don't know. I just feel like this was the first time they was meeting up where it was something. It was supposed to be romantically, like hey, we're going to actual date, and she didn't put out, and he didn't like it, and then he killed her.
Either which way, life in prison without parole.
He deserves it, bastard.
Have a nice life.
Right. So because our notes is all over the place, there is another Milwaukee story in here, but the notes are all over the place today. So
Who
Texas,
fought that?
mine.
Okay.
Texas Democrats flee Texas to stop the vote to gerrymander the state. Gerrymandering is redistricting the state for a party to get more votes, for a party to pretty much uh it's a pretty much a way for Republicans to get more seats and get more seats. Some of the Democrats had left and went to New York, Illinois, and California. Texas governor is trying to get the FBI to help get the Texas Democrats back. He has threatened to remove them from their seats, which he can't do unless he decides to hold a special election. I don't know why they say electrons, but to replace them, in which if they still have a lot of supporters, they will still win their seats back, even if they hold a special election without those Democrats being in the state. What was it? So Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, was saying that he was going to redistrict his area if Texas wanted to redistrict theirs, and then also the governor of New York said that he would do the same thing to
To
his
all
state. Also, yeah,
the Democrat seats.
um, I just find it that's just their way in cheating to get more votes. Pretty much, he knows that come November when we got to vote for the House and everything again, he knows that he's going to lose, and a lot of this stuff that he's trying to get passed, he will not be able to get passed. And
So
then this is the last minute, huh?
is there a real reason to redistrict a state?
No, the only time is the only time a redistricting is done is just for this case, just for a party to give themselves more seats, like basically have more control over the House. So basically, by them redistricting the state, they can eliminate, a Democratic area and then say like give it to a Republican area, a Republican representative. So basically, it's just basically, like I say, eliminating some districts and making some districts larger to get more votes.
I suppose.
Yeah. So there's just a trick that well, I shouldn't say Republicans, politicians do to which in favor of having control over the House, which Donald Trump is still trying to keep his control because I believe he has both the House and the Senate right now. So he's trying to have control of both, and he knows that come election time again, he's going to lose those positions. Like I said, he's not a great man, and then I feel like all this is just really a diversion to get people to stop talking about the Epstein files too.
We ain't forgot about the Epstein files.
And forgot.
Mm-mm.
Let's talk about police officers. So, a Florida police officer is not being charged after attacking a black college student when he was pulled from his car. I'm pretty sure we all saw the viral video that went out of the young man who was in the car. He was pulled over for not having on his headlights when it was raining. I believe he did have like a suspended license or something like that also. But
I don't even think it was raining.
it wasn't raining. From the video, it wasn't raining, but that's the reason why the officer said that he was pulled over because he didn't have on his headlights when it was raining.
Right.
Oh, I clicked on something. Where was I? Okay, so prosecutor refused to press charges, saying that the officer's actions during the arrest was lawful. William McNeil, lawyer, criticized the decision and is asking for a federal investigation, which I think should happen because the fact that this young man suffered a concussion during that traffic stop, and not only did he suffer a concussion, we saw him get punched in the mouth while he was still sitting in his car. When he was taken out the car, you seen him getting punched in the face multiple times before going to the ground, and he didn't look like he was resisting at all from the video that I saw, so I don't understand what was all the need for all the force. And I say, and if somebody is not resisting, why are we punching on him? Them officer needs to be charged and possibly fired for them actions. Ain't no telling what they'll do to another person or what they do to other people when when the cameras is not rolling and something like that happens.
Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like that it was definitely excessive use of force,
Yeah,
like 100%, because he broke the window and then just sucker punched him, just like,
yeah.
but
As soon as they broke the window, they punched him in the face.
yeah, then opened the door.
Yeah.
So yeah, they bogus for all that.
Hmm. And then going on to another police situation. So I forgot the exact day that this happened. So there was a police chase that happened in Milwaukee. And normally I wouldn't talk about something like this at this, I don't know, this one in the show, whatever. But it needs to be talked about. After seeing the comments online, I just need to say something about, say something about it. So, one person was dead and two was injured following a car crash on West Hampton Avenue in Milwaukee. Um, I lost my place. Okay, here's what happened. Police officers saw the driver who was wanted for felony driving, reckless, and they attempted to pull him over and attempted to make a traffic stop in the area of North 19th and Hampton, I believe. No, that's actually where the crash ended. The driver refused, and why am I messing up? The driver refused, and vehicle pursuit ensued. And I said ensued. Police said that the pursuit ended when the driver struck a tree on the 1900 block of West Hampton. The vehicle caught on fire. The driver, who was the sole occupant of the fleeing vehicle, was pronounced dead at the scene. Despite the danger, one of the officers risked his own life in repeated attempts to rescue the young man from the vehicle after it crashed and erupted into flames. The Milwaukee Police Association said in a statement, tragically, the teen did not survive. Our officer suffered serious second and third degree burns and continues to recover from his injuries in the hospital. A second officer was treated for smoke inhalation. God, I have been seeing posts after this happened that the police need to stop chasing people. But when the police was not chasing people, and we had so much reckless driving going on in the city, and then we're wondering, then people were saying, "Well, why ain't the police doing anything about it?" And it really bothered me. Like that really bothered me because I'm at the same time, it's like we're mad about a young man running from the police, and y'all mad that he ran from the police and crashed his car. The car caught on fire. He basically, got burned alive, and y'all want to blame this on the police officer. All you have to do is just stop, like, and take that L. And on top of that, he already had it. He was caught reckless driving, but he also had a warrant out for his arrest too. This is a 17-year-old. And I just
Yeah,
don't get why people are so upset over the police officers doing their jobs. And I forgot to take that picture off. But I'm not understanding why people are so upset about that.
I mean, I feel like it need to be done to some extent, right?
Hmm.
I know for a period of time here, we had the whole thing where they stopped, they wasn't doing any chases.
They wasn't at all. And that's what
Yeah,
people are upset that they wasn't too doing anything.
yeah, but stuff has been out of hand, like I've been saying. And I mean, I'm for it. I mean, but that was unfortunate. The young man lost his life. He learned a very hard lesson. I would not want to be burned alive.
Right.
Okay. So,
Yeah, and I was like trying not to be insensitive about the whole like situation, but it's almost like if you wouldn't have did what you done, you would still be here.
yeah, I mean, it's just a lot going on. The school systems are not, great. The public school systems are not great. Not like they used to be. It's not a lot of extracurricular activities that the kids would be actually interested in.
Hmm.
Just stuff like that. So they get into doing all this stuff out here stealing these cars, and I really don't know what the parents are doing at home. Everybody be like the parents this, the parents that. I mean, the parents can be trying to parent, and these kids still just do whatever they want.
Because way how the economy is now, parents can't be at home to parent because if some parents, the parents who don't have a college degree and say they got 3 to 4 kids, they're only making $40,000 off of one job, so now they working 2, 3 jobs to maintain taking care of kids and home and everyday life. You know, parents not at home, and then we got absent fathers and absent mothers that's also in this situation. So it's a lot that play a part in it, but yeah. And then, like I said, then like if you live in an area that's considered the ghetto, your school district is not going to receive that much money, or the school that you probably go to is not going to receive that much money because it's based off of property tax. So if you live in an area where you pretty much pay a high property tax, then you're more than likely to have those extracurricular activities. You more than likely you're gonna have a better schooling system compared to in school system where everybody is paying. There's some property owners that pay probably less than $900 in property tax. And some of that money is supposed to be split up between going towards helping fix roads and maintaining street lights and DPW, and then part of it's supposed to go to schools also out of $900. So it's a lot that plays a part in that, and it's sad. Like I said, like this is the if you live in the inner city in a very poor part of the inner city, you're basically already set up for fail just based off the school system and how they set up.
That's unfortunate. Unfortunate. That's how that goes.
It's time for me to go on a rant.
Oh God.
WWE is moving their PLEs to ESPN. This was going to be my last freaking year probably watching WWE the way I watch it now. Like SmackDown came on Friday and I didn't even care to watch it. And then Mondays I just fall most of the time I fall asleep before Monday Night Raw even go off the air.
So you can't blame it on them. These just sound like
it's still their fault. It's still their fault. That means the product isn't that good. So WWE signed what I believe is a $1.6 billion deal with Disney to stream all of WWE's PLE on ESPN new streaming app. This app will cost $29.99 a month. It will not. I will not be paying for. I will not be paying that much for a PLE. That's $360 a year to watch the PLEs, and that don't even include paying to watch Raw on Netflix. And I believe the cheapest Netflix subscription is $7.99, so that's like another $120 a year. If you get the Netflix without commercials, you're looking at about $200 some a year for watching for Netflix. So and then Peacock is increasing their prices to $17.99 a month. And you have to have Peacock to watch WWE older material like the very first WrestleMania and all that other kind of stuff. To watch their older content, Raw, SmackDown, so on. That's another $17.99 a month. And then on top of that, you have to pay for a cable service to watch SmackDown. So you're looking at posted part close to over $600 a year to watch WWE programming. And in Trump's economy, we can't afford that. And it's only in America where you have to pay this much to watch their programming, because overseas, anywhere else outside America, everything is just on Netflix. Whatever Netflix price is overseas, that's what they pay, and they get all of WWE's library, the PLEs, Raw, SmackDown, everything is all on Netflix.
So I heard about something else today or yesterday where it was a chart of like the basketball games and what days the games are going to be on what networks. So like they spread kind of out, kind of how you saying on Sundays and Mondays it's going to be on this channel, Tuesdays and Wednesdays is going to be on this channel, Thursdays this channel, Friday, Saturday this channel. So yeah, it's going to be spread around for them games.
Yeah, it's a lot. And then the president of WWE, Nick Khan, said, the man that's in charge of WWE right now is saying that, no matter where we go, people are going to come follow. The subscriptions are going to follow. I'm like, no, they're not. It's already bad enough that their product was ruined with all the fucking ad placements. Like the match cards are based on how we can fit, this ad placement in with this match or with this superstar entrance. And like that's how you base that's how the match cards are being built at this point, and that's what it feels like. Um the storylines is all over the place. I don't like the fact that the whole entire ring mat is covered in fucking ads. And on top of that, for us American viewers, for people that live in the United States for a long time, we get a lot of PLEs here. I get that they want to go overseas and make more money, let them enjoy, have a chance to have these PLEs. But I believe it was last year where most of the PLEs were overseas, and we didn't get that. Like all we got was like Raw, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, nothing Bad Blood. Like it was just ill. So Nick Khan, I hope he get fired. I'm gonna say that. And like I said, this is probably gonna be my last year watching.
He is so upset about this, y'all.
I am, because they could have just left it on the WWE network. We had it good. We was paying $9.99 for a low cost of $9.99 with no 6-month commitment. We were happy with the WWE network, and then they got greedy, and TKO took over, and then they got greedy because they the ones who bought the UFC and WWE, merging into one company, drowned themselves in debt, and now they trying to squeeze every damn cent they can out of WWE and the UFC to try to recover the money that they lost buying the companies and merging them together. It's just horrible. Like I said, the tickets are now overpriced. I believe I was telling you, like, we were trying to get tickets to go to Monday Night Raw. I'm like, I'm not paying that kind of money when I used to be able to get like a ticket to sit in the lower bowl area for like $80-$90. I'm not paying, $150 to $200 to sit in those areas. I'm not doing it.
About that too, y'all. Our show was like, "Ooh, let's go to Monday Night Raw."
Yeah, I'm not doing it. And then on top of that, like you used to get like because the last few times I went, it's just like they filmed Monday Night Raw and that was it. In previous years, you used to get like dark matches after the show, like untelevised matches after they went off the air live. And then before the show actually went live, they used to film WWE superstars. You don't get none of that. You just get Monday Night Raw and that's it. You out there out the door. So it's not worth the money for me. Then you gotta think about it. Then you got the commercial breaks in between. So it's like you're not really getting a full 3-hour show. And then if there's not a match going on during the commercial, you're just basically sitting in an arena with the lights turned down, watching ads until they get back on the air.
Oh,
Yeah. It's just ads that play on the screen at the top until they come back on the air live. Yeah. Or they try to sell you some shirt that's in they're like, oh, get this exclusive Milwaukee 316 shirt. My stupid ass bought it last time. But yeah, it ain't worth it. Let's talk about denied retirement benefits before I get too damn mad. So the U.S. Air Force denies early retirements for transgender service members. As you all know, Trump kicked all trans people out of the Army and the Air Force, in general, out of the whole service. So the ones who served 15 to 18 years was denied their retirement benefits, which I think this sucks. And as a service member, I think you should get everything that you deserve. Like you spent all that time in the Army, in the Air Force, putting up with people bullshit, following their rules, and all these other kind of stuff. It just would be like, yeah, you don't get nothing. Like that was the whole point of going to the Army. When you leave, you get these benefits. So you mean tell me I can't go to the VA and get help? I can't get my health care through the VA. I can't get my pension, nothing. And those people really work hard, and obviously they passed the physical to be able to even be in the Army. So why?
and they made careers of it though. 15 to 18 years. That's a career.
Yes, give them people they benefits. Like, what is wrong with y'all?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Okay.
Mm.
Oh, hey Tati, how you doing? I didn't see um, I didn't see. I saw your comments. They'll pop up on the StreamYard thing. So the Florida judge halts construction. The federal judge temporarily halted construction at the Alligator Alcatraz Immigration Detention Center in Florida, Everglades, as legal challenges argue It violates environmental law, threatens protected wetlands. Thank God.
Like that's the only law it's challenging. That's what.
I mean, yeah. So basically, if it's I get why they're doing it because if it's protected land, you can't build on it, which means they would have to get rid of it.
Right, but what about us just detaining people in these buildings?
So I remember a senator saying that he is going to do some investigation into that because the way how those people are being detained is very what they call it, uh,
Inhumane?
yeah, inhumane because they're basically the same spigot that sends water to the toilet is what they're supposed to drink out. It's like another separate thing that goes out and they're supposed to get. It's like almost drinking water from a toilet.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like that's the only law they feel like they finna break.
Then it's like 30 something people to a cell or something like that. So it's crazy. And I feel bad for the people and I wouldn't want to be in that situation at all.
Mhm.
All right. So I know this is some topics that a lot of Christians hate to talk about. So let's get into it. It's just same-sex marriage. So same-sex marriage could be coming to an end. Kim Davis is arguing the Supreme Court to overturn, urging the Supreme Court to overturn same-sex marriage. Who is Kim Davis? Kim was arrested 10 years ago in Kentucky for refusing to issue a marriage license to a same-sex couple. Now she is asking the Supreme Court to review the decision to legalize same-sex marriage across the nation. She refused to sign the marriage license of a same-sex couple over her religious beliefs that marriage should be between man and woman. She is trying to claim that her having to pay $360,000 and going to jail all because they passed the law allowing same-sex couples to get married, and is looking to get it overturned.
Why? Because she wanted wiped off her record and she want her $360,000 back. I mean, it was a law then, so I mean, it don't matter. You're not gonna get that wiped off your record.
And I just want to say, I know a lot of people gonna be upset with me when I say this, but Christianity ruined the world. It ruined this country. It's 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 just the way how it's set up and its beliefs, and it's almost like it's just crazy. Like we this country. So basically, like Donald Trump saying, he wanted to take this basically base this country off of Christianity and how you're supposed to live as a Christian and all these other kind of things. And the thing about it is we have free will. Everybody has free will to do what they want. And who's to say that Christianity is the only religion? Like it's crazy how across this country people are supposed to be allowed to practice whatever religion they want, have whatever beliefs they want, have whatever ideology they want, and so on and so forth. But Christianity is like shoved down people's throats so much. It's the way how they force their way of living upon on other people and what they should not be doing and how they judge people. And it's crazy because I believe it says in their Bible that they're not even supposed to judge people, but every day they're judging people on the way that they choose to live.
So I feel like you should narrow that down a little bit to just conservative Christians, because I feel like all Christians are not don't live that way. I should say.
You
You know what
right?
I'm saying? And yeah, you're right. People are have the free will to practice whatever religion and follow whatever that they want to do, right? As long as you're not infringing on somebody else. So I do feel like Christianity should follow those same guidelines, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like something that they're missing here is that religion and politics really are not supposed to mesh in that extent.
It's
I
supposed
feel
to be
like
Christian as churches state.
so. I feel like it should be some type of law, that prevents people being discriminated upon just based on their religion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, like politics and religion should not be hand in hand.
And then the crazy part about it is like people are so against same sex marriages, and it's almost like it's straight couples who I feel like abuse marriage more than a same sex couple would do it. Like we have straight white couples who get married, and then within the 2-3 weeks they're divorced, or they get married because this is going to further our family's business. If you get married to this person, like they use marriage the wrong way. Like especially when it comes to wealthy white people, none of marriage is not about love between two people. It's always about power and moving up in status. To me, when it comes to rich white people, and it's crazy because there's this one lady who was married 3 times, and she was married 3 times, but at the same time, while you're married to your third husband, you're pregnant by your second husband. And yet you look at a same sex couple and be like, yeah, you shouldn't have the right to get married. But we got people like you who get married and cheat with your previous husband. You cheat on your current husband with your previous husband and then get pregnant. Like, make it make sense.
Adultery is a reason for people to get divorced legally, and
Yeah,
that's something that's in the Bible.
exactly. And I feel like the only same sex couples who are prone to get divorced, I feel like it's like I said, rich people. Because the same sex couples who I know that are there and they're not rich, these people have stuck it out. They're still married. They've been married since it became a law to get married. They've been together since it was legal to get married. And to the fact that I see a lot of, like as I say, middle class people, marriage is lasting more than I see the wealthy white people or conservative white people who complain about same sex marriage. And like I said, like I feel like I said, conservative whites are the ones who abuse the marriage system. Like a lot of them, like we all watch IDTV and see how y'all get married to a wealthy man and you find some way to try to murder him.
What?
I'm just saying, it's been proven. Because as much as I see my mama watching IDTV. I've never seen a black person on there killing her spouse for insurance money. I'm just,
I mean, hold on.
I know it probably has happened, but I haven't seen it on
I
there.
was going to say it was just a recent story about a lady that had murdered her girlfriend or her wife. I think had they gotten married. Either which way, they had fled New York because she had warrants and moved down to I think Texas. They moved south, and she killed her. The one that had the warrants killed the girlfriend or the wife, chopped off her
Mhm.
head, her hands, her feet, put the rest of her body in a garbage bag, and hey, Crystal, and
Crystal, you know this.
set the bag on fire, right? And then after
Mm.
that, I think like 10 years, it's been like 10 years or something like that.
Mhm.
They like discovered that the body belonged to the girl because they just thought she was missing, right?
Mhm.
And they ended up arresting the girlfriend or the wife or whoever it was. And that whole time she had been still getting benefits under her dead girlfriend name.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Yep.
Okay, you get a pass. You get a pass. Yeah, that's crazy. I guess it is. Black people
So I feel like,
will do it.
you know,
We ain't okay. So let me rephrase it. It ain't what I say. Ain't no way to rephrase it. Fuck.
what sucks for getting rid of same sex marriages, because I feel like they still gonna happen no matter what, is the legality behind it, right? So um your spouse wouldn't have the same legal rights as you know
So,
a
so
heterosexual couple would.
there was a woman. I believe she lives in Texas. Where her and a lawyer had got together, and they said there are documents that you can get if you are. So I believe is if they decide to overturn same sex marriage. I believe that everybody who's married before it was overturned, they would still remain married. But anybody after that, you just wouldn't be able to get married. So there are documents that you can get to protect you guys as a couple. So if one was happened to the other, if something was happened to the other couple, where somebody passes away, like, oh no, you don't have no, you're not entitled to the house or any of this kind of stuff that you guys bought together because you guys wasn't married. There are documents now. There's documents that will be able to protect couples from things like that going forward. So even though you won't be able to get married, there are documents so they just won't be able to get any of the tax benefits. And it's crazy because like a lot of these same-sex couple, they get married, they adopt kids, they have families and all these other kind of things. And for all of that to be taken away just because somebody believe that I shouldn't love who I love is crazy.
I agree.
And okay, let's try to move things to a lighter note, even though this still has to do with angry people. Oh wait, I'm missing something. Y'all think I missed the whole story? I deleted the whole story without even knowing I deleted it.
I've been yelling at him all day about touching stuff, y'all.
Oh, here we go. Okay. I scroll down a little bit too far. So yeah, it's still a little bit depressing. So Trump started to start a war with Russia. It seems like we probably going to end up heading into a war with Russia. They believe that he's been trying to go to war for thousands of years. He might finally get what he wants. So Trump is willing to go to war with Russia if he's saying he's willing to go to war with them if he don't stop what he's doing, what Russia is doing to Ukraine. Okay, I'm all over the place with this. So, and then right before we went on the air live, they said that there were some people from like the leaders of like Canada and European nations and stuff like that that's going to come to the U.S. tomorrow with President Zelensky, who was the president of the Ukraine, to speak with Donald Trump because over the last meeting that we had, it was just Donald Trump basically sitting there insulting the man. He's trying to get help for his people, and it's just been a lot going on. And then Donald Trump saying he's putting all these threats against Russia, saying you need to stop the war in the Ukraine, and Vladimir Putin like, no, I'm not going to do that. So we might end up going to war with them. And then it came out that they were partially responsible for some breaches within the federal courts. The Russians was, and it's just a mess. And then this man is just on the whole tirade. Like I said, is to get rid of the Epstein file. Get us not talking about the Epstein files. And it's crazy because, like I said, he's focused on so many other things and some of the things going on in his own country. For example, he sent the National Guard. He's sending the National Guard. He talked about sending the National Guard into major cities, which is Democratic-led cities, saying because of how violent they are and the crimes that's going on there. Democratic cities like Baltimore, New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles. He's talking about sending National Guards into them cities because of the crime that's going on there. And the Baltimore mayor was like, we are seeing the lowest murders rate in our city in the last 50 years is going on in Baltimore right now. So what murders and crimes is the president of the United States talking about? And if you haven't noticed, all the cities that he named about sending the National Guards into are all cities that all have black mayors. And on top of that, he already sent the National Guard into Washington, D.C. He took control over the police department there. And he had this whole initiative to what is it? He wanted all the poor people out of Washington, D.C., saying they got homeless shelters set up. Anybody knows how homeless shelters are set up. Like, they don't have a certain amount of beds. And with the amount of homeless people that live in D.C., there is not enough beds in D.C. for all these homeless people to go to. And I want to play a clip for you all about how the people in D.C., the homeless people in D.C. are being treated. So I'm going to play this clip for you real quick.
That was a sandwich.
Not it either. I don't know where oh, he's right here. Okay, here we go.
This is crazy.
So for those of you who are listening, these people are homeless people are literally sleeping in their tents. They're in their tents, and people work for the city police department grabbing these tents and dragging it to a garbage truck while these people are in these tents. And people still inside there. Then you just go, if I'm still laying in my tent, you just gonna garbage truck? Like, make it make sense. Like, why are we doing that to people? Why? And then on top of that, while he's doing that, and then he got the trying to federalize the police. You got this going on.
It would be wild if everybody shared this live stream right now and commented music.
The fascist takeover must be stopped!
Troops on the corner, feds on the block!
Troops on the corner, feds on the block!
The fascist takeover
If you love music, let's get some music in the chat.
Takeover must be stopped!
Troops on the
W
corner,
Music Festival,
feds
y'all.
on the block. Troops on the corner, feds on the block! The fascist takeover must be stopped!
The fascist takeover must be stopped!
Troops on the corner, feds on the block!
There are...
And then on top of that, so on TikTok, you have to put it as a music festival to get it to go into their algorithm for people to see, because, you know, Donald Trump and the guy who's in charge of TikTok are friends now. So he's having a lot of, you know, protest content that's being uploaded to TikTok being silenced so that you can't see it. And to do a better, give you a better example, the video we just saw, who uploaded that video that was from his live, he posted this video afterwards.
Watch this video of me triggering Fox News when they realized what I meant when I said I was attending a music festival.
Yes, and people allegedly, I guess, trying to come to D.C. for what they call a music festival in order to protest. This is what TikTokers are doing to cover their language a little bit.
We're heading to Washington, D.C. for the music festivals. And yes, we need to call these music festivals to ensure that the algorithm is showing you this video.
In my opinion, music means crime, right? They're fighting for crime.
What they're doing is they're rebranding it. They're saying under the guise of music, we want you guys to go there and protest. And this way we'll kind of sidestep the moderation.
Yeah, so Fox News apparently doesn't have anything better to do than to attempt to vilify these very innocent and beautiful, big beautiful, if you will, music festivals that have been occurring from Los Angeles, from Nevada to Oklahoma to New York City to Washington, D.C. And frankly, I was ready to give up. I mean, I was ready to go home, microwave a Pop-Tart, fly back, see my family. But no, I think I'm going to go hop on a plane again. And I think I'm going to keep the music festivals going just because Fox News inspired me to do so. So if you want to be part of that mission and you want to continue seeing me document these music festivals in the weeks and months and years to come, then hit that follow button, because clearly we're getting through to Fox News.
Okay.
So yeah, I know I went in a whole thing. There's a lot to unpack that's going on right here. But before we continue, Tina, do you want to explain the video with the sandwich?
Okay, so I believe they were were they FBI agents?
ICE agents.
ICE agents. So they were federal agents. They were standing on the corner. It was a guy, I believe he was inebriated. He originally started standing on a corner across the street from them yelling, and then he decided to approach them, and this is what happened.
He's yelling at the ICE people. Sandwich at him. Now he's like a Subway sandwich too. Like a Subway sandwich.
Dre got smacked with a foot long. I love it. My type of carrying on. And then he took off on them. They was running hard. He was driving. I'm like, what is happening? But they did eventually arrest him. He did get charged with felony assault, I believe. But then I saw a report that said that they said it was too much, like felony. They took the felony part away because it was just a sandwich.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was felony assault on a federal agent is what he was being charged with.
Yeah.
Oh God! And then, like I said, because people are tired of ICE abusing their power. And I'm going to show another clip. This is like another clip I was on the phone with Tina, and this is probably about a little bit like an hour before we were about to start the podcast, and this had popped up on my timeline on TikTok, and I had wanted to share with y'all with ICE, being, abusing their powers.
No, la voy a abrir. Hey, you can't do that.
That was the moment the agents fired shots at the car the man was driving. It happened just before 9 this morning on Acacia Avenue at Baseline Street. Video shows the men asking the agents for identification before the agents begin breaking the car windows. That's when the man starts to drive off and the shots are fired. No one was hit. The man then called police, saying he did not know who the agents were or why they were targeting him. Police say they responded and then left since they do not get involved in immigration operations. They say they were called back hours later for crowd control as federal agents took the man into custody on charges of assaulting a federal officer. A Department of Homeland Security spokesperson says the man was later set free despite, quote, wounding 2 officers. That spokesperson added that the agent opened fire in self-defense.
See what I'm saying? Now, where was the...
How? Did he get out of the car?
That's what I was saying. Like, the person in the backseat had their phone out recording. The teenage boy in the front seat pulled his phone out and started recording. Y'all break the window and talk about what I assaulted a federal officer. What? And then on top of that, why are y'all trying to detain me? What? Obviously, he was let go. So he was here legally. He's a legal U.S. citizen. So that means you had no business targeting me. Like I said, if I know I'm a U.S. legal citizen, show me a warrant that you're looking for me. Show me a warrant that I'm the person that you're looking for. They didn't have that. Just because you're an ICE agent, I'm supposed to stop my car, let you search me, run my name, and then no.
Like, why did they even break the window?
Exactly. Because I refused to get out of the car. I told you to identify
that going around.
Identify yourself. Then, as you break my window and I drive off, you shoot at my vehicle. Because if y'all do who listen to the audio version, you can see the bullet holes in the back door. Mm-hmm. Like those was actual bullets, and then for him to say that he fired at them over his safety, like what? All I did was drove off from y'all. I didn't have no gun hanging out. I ain't no gun at y'all. I didn't have a gun hanging out the window. I was no threat to y'all. They did not give you a right to start shooting at my car while my kid is in the car.
Like that's you break my window and then shoot me.
Right. Now, what if somebody would have died and then they all legal U.S. citizens? Now you killed a legal U.S. citizen for what?
Yeah.
Like the shit is crazy. I'm sick. Huh. Vikings got new cheerleaders. So let's move on to cheerleading because that's again the conservative Christian homophobics are mad about cheerleading now. NFL fans are losing their minds because the Vikings have 2 male cheerleaders.
So
that's what I said. And I was like, when I started reading, some people are really upset about this. I'm like, because I remember it being male cheerleaders in high school. Because when the girls that's what I'm saying. Like when the girls build the pyramids and they fall, they do like a little flip thing, and the dudes is at the bottom catching them. Yeah. Or the dudes at the bottom of the pyramid holding the pyramid together. That's the girls climb to the top. So I'm like, why are we mad about male cheerleaders?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Like, be happy. It's a way for a man to make some more money here. I'm getting so tired of conservative, homophobic men, and it's just I can't even say conservative, just men. Period. Because there's men like this that's in the black and white community, in every community, where they feel like certain jobs men shouldn't have because that's a woman's job. Fuck that bullshit. A job is a job. When you need money, a job is a damn job. Hell.
That's true.
I don't care what kind of job it is. Hell, at least they ain't on the corner selling their damn ass. Which I'm thinking about doing on OnlyFans. But it's getting hard out here for a pimp. I'm just saying, this is hard. Oh, this is hard out here. But yeah, that's the stories that I have for y'all, and I'm gonna turn it over to Tina.
Okay, y'all, I got a quick update on Diddy. He's been denied bail again.
Thank God.
Once again, right? So Judge Submarinian denied his bail, stating that Diddy failed to satisfy his burden to demonstrate an entitlement to release. He said, "You ain't got no business being out of jail." Period. So Diddy is still scheduled for sentencing on October 3rd and will remain in prison until then, so far.
So when Tina first started reporting on the Diddy trials, right, y'all, I was so team Diddy, like, oh, he innocent. They just trying to get another black man and stuff. Now, mind you, I didn't follow the trials. I didn't watch nothing on TV. I didn't watch none of the reporting. I would literally wait until Tina does her report to know what was going on within the Diddy trial. So then as she was doing these reports over the weeks and stuff, I'm like, damn, I went from Diddy to innocent, like that nigga guilty.
And you still want to know what he was doing with the rubber ducks.
I still want to know about the rubber duckies. I still want to know, like, what can you do sexually with a rubber ducky?
Apparently a whole lot. They were doing a whole lot.
Oh, shit.
So I will be reporting on that when he gets sentenced because I'm curious to see. Okay. So moving on to something a little bit different. Amazon and a company named Axon have partnered up to allow law enforcement to have access to video footage without a warrant if the user consents. Okay. Meaning that you have to give consent. It's probably going to be written, right? So make sure that when you're getting your new ring or you see the little thing that pop up, update on terms and conditions, like read through that. Okay.
Because we recently just got 2 Ring cameras installed, one in our garage and one in the back of the house. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not, unless y'all got a warrant, I'm not giving y'all access to my footage.
So now Axon, the company that's partnering with Amazon on this venture, actually buy cameras for law enforcement. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was kind of interesting, right? Mm-hmm. Now moving on to the good old state of Florida.
Oh God, what them bastards done did now? I'm so sick of goddamn Florida. Oh, they can't get their shit together. I'm just so sick of that state. That state just needs to go underwater. The whole state is going underwater. I'm tired of it.
It's always some shenanigans in Florida. This time it was a 29-year-old female by the name of Autumn Bardisa that treated 4,486 patients without a nursing license.
God the hell. Wasn't it Florida when the little boy did the same thing? The little teenage boy opened up a whole clinic. Wasn't that in Florida?
That was Florida. And Florida also, it was a lot of people during the pandemic that were operating as like travel nurses that said they had a degree from a certain college or something like that. Yeah, it was a lot of falsifying documents during that time. So, but how did she do it though, you ask?
Their governor ain't doing their job. Whoever their governor is needs to be fired. Hell.
So I'm gonna tell you how she got through, how she did her little one too. So she used one of her former classmates' license to secure her jobs. Right now, the two classmates had the same first name, but not the same last name. And her excuse for that is that she had recently gotten married. So now she told the job this, right? And the job kept asking her for proof, and she would never submit it. So now apparently her skill set was pretty good. So she was coming up on a possible promotion, right? So one of her messy colleagues decided to dig a little deep into her background and found out that she did not have a nursing license, yet she had an expired CNA license.
Oh, God.
And this is how she was caught.
This is dumb ass criminal.
So all of this occurred at Avent Health Palm Coast Parkway in Palm Coast, Florida. Yikes.
They need to baptize that whole state and just start over. I'm just saying.
Florida always on something.
Man, it's like Florida just, oh my God, Florida.
So our last story of the night is a little bit more medical news. So I've gotten word or seen some reports on a possible new vaccine for colorectal and pancreatic cancer, right? So this is a big thing, right? Especially for pancreatic cancer, because that's one of those things that doesn't present until it gets a little further along, and then it is usually terminal, right? So this is something great. Now the vaccine right now is being called ELI-0022P. Now it has shown promising results in phase one of the trials by helping the patient or the person that is in the trial to elicit a powerful and lasting immune response in patients with these cancers that have a certain type of mutation. Okay. It also may prevent and delay regrowth of cancerous cells in about in specific mutations, and those specific mutations are found in about 25% of tumors. That in those 25% of mutations are make up about 90% of pancreatic cancers and 50% of colorectal cancers. So this will be very, very huge. So phase two of the study will begin for another variant of the vaccine, the ELI-0027P, which will target a broader set of these cell mutations. So I feel like that's great. And I feel like if they are able to do this, if they're able to do this with something more like colorectal and pancreatic cancers, like it need to just keep on going, because we do have a vaccine for a virus that causes a cancer, right? We have the HPV vaccine.
So, question. So, say like this is proven to work. Would this be a shot that you could get at? If you get it at would you think you'd be getting it at a certain point in your life, or is this just a shot that you could get as soon as it hit the market to help prevent this from happening?
So, from what I could gather from the article I read, I didn't actually see the research article myself. I probably will pull it up just to read it to get a little bit more information.
Mhm.
The article is making it seem like these are people who already have been diagnosed with cancer. It didn't specify on what stage, you know, um, and it sounds like that it's very, that it's going pretty good. Now, as far as like prevention, maybe in people who already have had pancreatic or colorectal cancer, I really haven't heard too much about pancreatic cancer going into remission, but colorectal cancer can if they have a surgical intervention or chemo radiation, whatever, right? Um, but if it could prevent, it's saying that it prevents the regrowth of cancerous cells
Okay.
also. So I feel like it sounds like it's geared more towards people who are actively have it going on and those who are in remission.
I can dig it.
I
All
can dig
right.
it too.
All right. I guess with that being said, we can head into final thoughts. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Donald Trump is a piece of shit. And um, I feel like going forward these elections, we need to start making better choices as a country. Hopefully, every MAGA person can see how much of a bad decision that they made. We need to stop when it comes to people doing dumb things and getting caught and they end up losing their lives and stuff. We need to stop blaming it on police officers. It's not their fault. They should not have ran from the police. And we need to find some type of common ground, some peace in this world. Love is love. Let people love who they want to love. Why is that so hard for people to do? And I just feel like when it comes to relationships, I don't feel like same sex couples are in people business as much as straight couples. Like when the same sex couple is they walking down the street together, la 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 la, minding their own business and stuff. They don't see a straight couple and go, ew. They just keep walking, la 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 la, minding their own business. And that's my final thought.
Hey y'all, my final thought is Milwaukee, y'all need to set y'all tails down somewhere. Like it set y'all tails down somewhere. Like it's been a wild 2025. It's been a lot of killing going on out here. It's been a lot of y'all just been on kamikaze missions with cars. Like y'all need to sat down somewhere and do something constructive with your time because this is crazy. Now we out here having all this rain. Now we flood. Y'all still crazy. Sit down somewhere. And that's my final thought.
All right. With that being said, don't forget to check our social media accounts. Just the same Cast Different Day podcast on all our social media accounts. Make sure y'all head over to those accounts and check us out. We will have clips of this episode posted over the next few days. So make sure y'all check those out. Like, share. Please hit that subscribe button. And thank y'all for tuning into this episode of Same Cast Different Day podcast. And before we go, I'm going to leave you with this clip, and then we're going to let y'all sit on this. This little clip was still Little Richard, and we're going to let y'all sit on it, and we will probably discuss it on the next episode. So thank y'all for tuning into this episode, and have a good one.
Crazy people are going to ruin this country. See, the people that, these religious fanatics, they're going to call people that are true Christians religious fanatics. But there are some people that are just devils and call themselves Christians. You understand me? And they want you to stop doing everything. They tell you that they don't look at no book and up under their mattress ain't nothing but books. They tell you that they don't drink and up under their bottles everywhere. You understand me? And you got to remember that you got to protect yourself by studying for yourself. You don't take what no preacher tells you. Read for yourself. Your freedom of being in jeopardy. They're trying to stop your freedom. See, this country was built on freedom of speech. You have a right to sing what you want to sing, whether it's good or bad. You have a right to wear what you want to wear, whether it's pretty or ugly. You have a right to go where you want to go, regardless. You understand me? If you want to buy a tape or whatever it is, you have a right to do it. You understand me? I may not like it, but I ain't got to buy it. I like it, I ain't got to look at it. I may not buy it, I may not listen to it, but they have a right to sing it. You understand me? You have a right to be, you got a right to worship God, you got the right to be Jewish, Catholic, a Seventh-day Adventist, a Baptist, Methodist, Pentecostal. That's your right. Can't nobody tell you what type of church you should go. That's your right. And God gave that. Listen, I'm going to let you know that God gave it to you, and it's in the Word of God. Your freedom of being taken, stand up for it. Whoa.